So today I'm going to show you how I make Skittles and fruit roll up and basically any kind of candy enchilados. So dulces enchilados. I'm going to show you my method, and these are very fire bomb. You don't need to use all the stuff, but I will kind of show you. First, you're going to need a little cup of powdered sugar. I just used a little bit. You're going to need chamoy. This is the brand I'm using. You don't have to use this brand, but that's what I have. You're going to need your candy that you want to use. And then you're going to need Tajin. And you're going to need some type of sweet powder, candy powder. So I have this one. I also have this Miguelito powder, which basically you can use the Lucas mango, or you can use this one I have right here. So basically you can use any of those powders, but for sure you're gonna need Tajin and then a sweet one, because Tajin is very sour on its own, so you need to mix it. If you don't have any of these candy, I think there's like this same kind but different kind. I've seen it at Kroger. But if you don't have any of those, you can just mix Tajin powder with sugar. And then I know they sell this everywhere. They even have this at Walmart. So you can mix it with this sugar and Tajin. And then also, you're going to need to form like a thick paste. For that, I'm going to use powdered sugar and chamoy. Or you can use the forritos, which is this, which is what they use for to cover up apples. You can use this, but I don't melt that in the microwave. The way I melt it is I put it over what is it called? Like a double boiler, is that what it's called? That you put it over a sartén, over boiling water. I just melt it like that, and I add a few drops of chamoy in there so it can liquefy a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is, I have some powdered sugar here in a little container, and I'm gonna add a few drops of chamoy, and I'm gonna mix it. Once you have it all mixed in well, I stuck it in the microwave for literally only 10 seconds. And I'm gonna mix this. So now, I don't know if you guys could tell, but it's coming a little bit more of a thicker consistency. Okay, so I'm gonna set this to the side, and in a different container, I'm gonna go ahead and add my Skittles, because I'm gonna show you guys how I make Skittles first. Okay, so all you want to do is add only a tiny bit of this mixture into your Skittles. Don't put too much because it can get too wet. So then you want to take you could use the same fork, or you can use the same fork, or you can use a different one. But you want to mix it on your Skittles well. You guys can tell. I don't know if you could tell, but like, you saw how I only put a little bit, and it's like all incorporating. So you want to make sure you keep on mixing it, even though it looks like you need more, you don't. You just need to mix it all well and make sure every Skittle gets a little bit of that. The mixture is so sticky that a little bit goes a long way. So you literally only need a little bit. If you could tell, I still have a lot left in here. Even when you think like, oh, I got it all, mix it just a little bit more just to make sure they're all fully saturated. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna get a separate container. I'm gonna set this to the side right here. My chamoy mixture and my Skittles. So you're gonna get a container like this that has a lid. It doesn't have to be that one exactly. You can use Tupperware. You can use these little things with the lids right here. I have lids to them. You can use that. You can use anything that has a lid on it. And actually, you can even use the same cup and just like cover it with something. But I'm just gonna do it this way because it's much easier. So you're gonna do that. And then you're just gonna start putting your candy powder on it. So I'm gonna start with Tajin because it's the spiciest. And I'm only gonna use a little bit of Tajin. I'm not gonna use a lot because I don't like it too spicy. I like it with just a little kick of spicy, not too much. Now I'm gonna use this Funtiko Rico candy powder, which is sweet and sour powder. And with these, I'm gonna be a little more generous, as you could tell. And I'm just gonna use a little bit of all of them just so you guys can see how I do it. So I'm gonna use the Lucas. And all of these give it like different flavors. Like I said, if you don't have none of these, you can in a separate little container mix Tajin and sugar until you get like the perfect taste. That's like the perfect taste of sweet and sour. Not too sweet, but not too spicy and sour either. And then you could just pour it over here. So I'm gonna add a little bit of Miguelito. I think that's enough powder. So now I'm gonna cover. I know this looks good and you can eat them like that, but you want to get all the powder everywhere. So I'm gonna cover this up and you want to shake it really good. Shake it for like 30 seconds, you guys. Okay, once you shake it, you can open your container, and that's what your Skittles enchilados look like. And they're so bomb, you guys. Bomb AF. Like I said, you could play around with the chili powder. You could put more Tajin if you like them spicier. You could put more of the sweet kind if you like them sweeter. I didn't use this kind, but this kind is very, very good. It's one of my favorites. You see right here, one of my favorite candies. That one is delicious. And then you would do the same process for Sour Patch if you want Sour Patch enchilados. I'm gonna show you guys how you make the fruit by the foot. So this is just a little one. And then put this right there so it looks cute. So what I suggest is you have one of these. One of these things that you spread the barbecue sauce with. So you're gonna want to open this up. Okay. So I don't know if I don't do this last part, just so it can hold it all together. So I'm gonna start right here at the end. With this, actually, to make this a little bit easier, you can just use straight chamoy. And what I like to do is I like to like press like a dot right there and then a dot over here. And then I'm gonna get this little spatula and I'm gonna just spread it out. I'm gonna get it all over my fruit roll up. And I'm just gonna do section by section because it's easier like that. So once I've got that all spread out, I'm just gonna go ahead and start applying chili powders, pretty much. Okay, and then before I start moving this, I'm just gonna dust it off a little bit, like so. And then I'm gonna move to the other side, and I'm gonna do the same thing. And if you don't have this, I'm sure they sell it at the dollar store, but if you don't, I don't remember where I bought mine. But if you don't have this, you can use something else. I just like this because it makes it less messy. And it literally just spreads the chamoy right where I need it. So I'm going to do the same process with the chili powder. And if you just like Tajin, just go ahead and just put Tajin on there. I don't like only Tajin because it's way too sour for me. But then again, I'm a person that doesn't really like chile. So I'm gonna dust this off. Okay, now you have your whole fruit roll up, like so. So you just want to start rolling it up. And there you go, you guys. You have your Skittles enchilados and your fruit roll up enchilado. I hope you guys like this video.